What's going on, everybody? My name is Jason McCullough. This is All Music for My Sanity. As you can see, I'm actually pretty sick today. Freaking sinus infection. I've been fighting for like 2 weeks. Last week, like half my face was swollen, dude. I thought I could kick it without antibiotics, so not happening. Today I've got vertigo. That vertigo kicked in because I got Meniere's. And anytime this stuff goes out of whack, man, I run that risk. But anyways, so I kind of want to talk to you guys about, I don't know, maybe call it part of my personality. I want to talk to you guys about perseverance. So it's kind of rolls into the what the fuck is wrong with me video, along with a nice touch of how the state of the insanity and how I'm kind of trying to grow my skills and grow as a luthier and grow as a person. So it really all goes together. So I got vertigo, right? All right, I got a lot of other things wrong with me. I've got no cartilage in my from my L2 all the way through my S1 joint in my lower back, all the facet joints, there's no cartilage in them. I have 2 crushed discs and every other disc down there is slipped. So I've got chronic pain. My neck, every disc in my cervical spine up to C2 is herniated. I've also got arthritis and osteophytes, bone spurs, lower back and all through my neck, neuropathies, all that kind of good stuff. Again, though, I always say this, man, but I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I don't even take any kind of medication for the pain anymore. So anyways, diet did a lot to fix that. All right, so I got Meniere's. And it happens, man. It's just life. You just do your best. You do your best with what you got. And it's just something, and there's silver linings to just about everything, Wasn't planning on taking a day off work today, but I kind of have to. And even this is really difficult. I'm dizzy as hell. But I wanted to talk today about perseverance. So it really flows through everything in my life, as far as always picking myself back up and pressing forward. And not just that, but the silver lining, again, isn't necessarily that there's something grand or there's some gold at the bottom of this hole I'm digging. It's that I want to learn more about myself and more about life and more about people. I'm always receptive to learning a new lesson every moment of every day. And that goes right into the guitar building. So, great example. I tried to rewire my buddy's guitar, put some new pickups in it about a week ago. And like an idiot, I cut some stranded wire over the electronics cavity of this damn guitar and some tiny little filaments from that stranded wire, because this is like 22 gauge wire, fell down into this pickup selector switch. It's a Fender Showmaster. It's got this sealed 5-way multi-pole selector switch. So it's not your standard 5-way, like three single coil pickup classic selector switch. It's actually got a PC board in it with the special circuitry to so I can run the bridge in parallel series, do the 2 full humbuckers together. The next switch down goes into single coil. The inside single coils run in series or parallel. Then the back one is the bridge straight up. You can't get in that. Can't get in it. So I grounded everything out on accident. Shorted it out. It's not a catastrophic thing, but after you do an hour and a half worth of wiring, you try to do a good job, plug it in. Bzz, oh shit! So I took everything out, cut all the wires, and undid all the solder. Got my solder sucker, got it all cleaned up, got it beautiful. Do a freaking stellar job rewiring this thing. Absolutely beautiful. Plug it in. Bzzz. Oh, that's when I knew some of that stranded wire had fallen into the switch. So live and learn, right? So, and I knew better, but sometimes you make really stupid mistakes. And I know how to wire a guitar. My soldering skills have and that's the other thing too. Like, when I first started soldering, I had crappy soldering iron. No really good skills didn't stop me, but I understood that when I started, I wasn't going to have the skill that like my dad, who's a master electrician, who's been doing this for 40 plus years, you know, I knew I couldn't come close to what he does. He does beautiful work. You know, my sister is an electrical engineer, and she's been working in electronics for 2 decades, and she can seriously do some good work too. So, and then there's me. You know, I'm trying, but I know I can't hold myself to that standard, not yet. But I got to work my way there, and it's not that I can't get there. It's just that I should not expect to be there and compare myself to these people that have been doing it forever on my first go around. So over the last 2 years or so that I've been actively wiring a bunch of freaking guitars, popping pickups in and out, it's frustrating as hell, but there's no other way to get the experience. It kind of goes into finishing, goes into everything. So yeah, my buddy was really upset that I broke his guitar. Said, "Are you sure you can do this? You sure? Blah, blah, blah." Oh, good Lord. Yes, of course I am. I can do this. It's not that I can't. I made a mistake. I know my mistake. So I got to order a new switch. So, you know, and shit happens. That's the other thing too, man. And you got to have that bit of humility to be able to go, yep, I screwed up. Same thing with finishing, man. You guys have seen this guitar so many times, right? It's all scuffed up from when I started polishing, but I got to take this thing all the way back down to raw wood again because my clear coat again did not properly harden. And I did everything right. I really did. So I talked to a couple of masters and a couple of paint guys, and we've come to the conclusion that I really need to go all the way down to the primer, get even the primer off this thing. Start with less paint. Less is more in this case. And go from there. And I've got at least $150 worth of, from the last time and this time, paint, primer, vinyl, you know, not counting the 20 plus hours that I have working on this. But guess what? I built this guitar, or I started working on this guitar with that in mind. This is how I'm learning. This is where my mistakes are meant to be made, so that I can perfect it, that I can get to that. And actually, I already can. It's just I've already done it on another guitar, but this one is it's killing me. So I got to get it done. I got to get it right. And there's no substitute for experience. There's no substitute for simple time and effort and energy. And you can't skip anything. And you're never gonna get that time. You're never gonna get that quality finish. You're never gonna get that show grade custom touch until you've put your time in. There's no shortcut. It's nothing but what a lot of people consider tedious work. I don't think it is. I actually really love sanding. I love shaping. It's a wonderful respite from like the hyper technical work that I do all the time. It lets me work with my hands, my mind, and my creativity, especially with finishing. I freaking love it. It's expensive. And it's not wasted. That $150 I've spent on this is not wasted because I've learned every step of the way. I've learned something. It can feel frustrating, and I can beat myself up about it. However, the goal wasn't to make this a perfect guitar, although I'm still trying to. I'm not going to be satisfied until I do. But it was never thinking that I could get this right the first time out, because I shouldn't be able to get it right. If I do, is pure dumb luck, and that just means the mistakes that I made on this, learning mistakes, will be made on the next guitar. So by basically having to work and redo this, and you know, I've really tapped into all of my resources as far as people that I know, intelligence-wise, guys with experience, people I can rely on to kind of direct me. What should I do here or there? They're all like, "Oh yeah, dude, don't even sweat it, man. Yep." They're like, "Dude, I've had to refinish one guitar 15, 16 times." And then there's other guys who are like, "Yeah, dude, that's how you're learning. Keep going. Just keep going. Just sand it back, do it over." And this is very expensive to do, so that's kind of the frustrating part, because as I'm building this company, I'm building it piece by piece, paycheck by paycheck. Very slow, steady. But the idea being, I want to be able to give people something very identifiable, very custom, and very nice. Reliable, stable, playable, and finished beautifully. So I've got a lot more finishes I want to work through as far as clears go. So I'm not really afraid of it. It's just, again, it's the initial investment. So your first guitar, if you're really trying to do this, your first guitar is gonna be your most expensive, because I mean, I'm gonna end, just to get this one guitar finished, I'm gonna end up spending $2,500, $3,000 maybe, because of the materials, the materials, the tools. But what I get back from that is a world of experience, and I get that, I get the skills that I need to really be able to do the things that people are asking me to do. So it's been a long process, man, and I actually have finished another guitar outside of this one, but for some reason this one is just not finishing properly, and I'm gonna have to start it all over and see if I can get it right. And if I can't, well, then it's just gonna end up being a stain job. Maybe I'll cut the top off and put a new top on it. But this is gonna be my project. I think this is going to be an eternal project that's never gonna end. Yeah, but it's fun. I'm learning a lot. So anyways, guys, ooh, dizzy. Yeah, so, silver linings, man, silver linings. But there's no shortcuts. No shortcuts to anything, man. And that's the state of the insanity. I've still got this guitar. I'm considering taking it out somebody's property and getting a couple buddies with some badass guns and lighting this bastard up. It's probably gonna happen, take a video of it, and then tossing it into a burn pit. The brand is coming along, slowly but surely. I got another headstock cut out, another neck and headstock. I got 2 in process. These ones are going to charity. It's gonna be pretty awesome. This one's mostly done. This one's been rough cut, and I need to go ahead and start with the hand work on this, which obviously isn't happening today. This one is just about done. I gotta hit it with some sandpaper to get these edges a little bit smoother. Yeah, man, everything's coming along great, slowly but surely. There's times where it's easy to get impatient. It's easy to want to rush and jump ahead of your skill set, and jump ahead of your means, your financial means, your personal time. Like, how much time do you really have? I mean, I got 2 kids. They got activities after school. I got, full-time job, and I got all this. I got my wife. I got a household to take care of. Yeah, man, it's a lot going on. And then this. So yeah, I wish I had more time to dedicate to it, but at the same time, I try not to put myself in a panic, because I am ahead of where I was planning on being. My long-term goal is always going to be the same. This is never meant to be something that's going to support me financially. This is only meant to be something that I can take pride in and share the gift of music with people. That's what this is all about. So anyways, yep. Sorry guys, thanks again for checking in on me, man. Once again, my name is Jason McCullough. This is all music for my sanity.